Hey everybody, Moarhammer here. I've got another battle report for you. It's a pretty damn brutal one. It's my Nurgle against a Seraphon army with a little bit of Sylvaneth. We're playing Clash Comp here. We're playing 15 pools, and I'll jump straight into it right off the army breakdown. So, here's a picture of deployment. On my side, on the far left, I've got 3 Beasts of Nurgle, then I've got 20 Plague Bearers, behind which is Epidemius. Then I've got 6 Plague Drones in the centre there, right in front of a Great Unclean One. Then I've got a unit of 6 Nurglings, and another unit of 20 Plague Bearers. I'm trying out, once again, the Taliban of Nurgle, which is a Great Unclean One in 7 units, or 7 or more units. And hopefully that'll be able to get some stuff back into the game when they die. So on his side, starting on the far left, he's got a unit of 20 or so skinks. Then behind the tower thing, he's got 3 Ripidactyls, then a Carnosaur, a bloke riding a Carnosaur. Then a unit of 20 Saurus Warriors. In the middle, then next to them, just before the other unit of 20 Saurus, he's got a Saurus Hero, Old Blood, whatever they're called, and then behind that is Skink Priest. And then on the right, behind the Dragon Fate dais, there's a unit of 2 Salamanders, and then just to the right of them, a unit of 15 Dryads. So it's going to be a pretty brutal game. We're just going to run into each other and see what happens. Oh, the last thing I should mention, I guess, is in front of that left-hand unit of Saurus, there's a little marker, and that's the frog marker for the Ripidactyls. And I've never faced them before, but I have heard a lot about them, so I was looking forward to seeing what they could do. Well, I wasn't, but you get my point. So because I was running a formation, I deployed it all at once, and I got to choose who goes first. And I chose for him to go first. So he does. And he pushes forward like this. He moves his Ripidactyls into the tower thing. Everything else comes forward a little bit, a bit tentatively, not too fast. The fastest things were the Dryads on the right-hand side, because he was I think it was his first game with them, he was eager to see what they could do. So yeah, that happens. He has absolutely no shooting. At least there's nothing in range, so we go straight into my turn. And I also push forward. I do cast a few things, or try to cast a few things. Actually, I think I put Mystic Shield onto the Plague Drones, although I wasn't really expecting them to get anywhere. The only thing that I was hoping would do something is on the left-hand side, I move my beasts forward and they run, because they can charge and run, so I was hoping with a decent charge I could get into those skinks and start doing some damage right away. Other than that, not a whole lot happens. I was kind of gaming here for the double turn, then my Plague Drones could fly out and really try and smash one of those units of Source apart, and that'd be ideal. So, without anything else happening, we go to the initiative roll-off, and I managed to win it, which is perfect. So I run forward like this. My beasts did fail the charge, by the way, on the left-hand side, but I moved them up to 3 inches this turn, so fingers crossed they don't fail again. Other than that, everything was forward. I used the Great Unclean One's command ability. I think I actually failed to cast a spell this turn, which is a bit rubbish. Other than that, I moved stuff forward and hoping to get some charges in. In the shooting phase, I do throw some Death's Heads at the Saurus Old Blood and plink 2 wounds off, which is pretty nice. But there was no other shooting in range, so I go straight into the combat phase. And in my Plague Bearers and Nurglings managed to smash into the Dryads, and I was hoping that would be a pretty easy fight. Over here, my Drones and Plague Bearers smashed into the corresponding units of Saurus. The reason I put the Plague Bearers into the other unit was to stop them piling into the Drones. They could have done. May not be the best choice, but we'll see how that goes. And then over here, my Beasts hit the Skinks. Now, I know these guys could run away instead of piling in, so I decided to do them first. And I didn't do too badly. I killed 4 or 5 Skinks, which is a good start at least. And then he piles in with these Saurus against the Plague Drones, because he's probably quite scared of them, with good reason. And he does 3 wounds to 1, which is... it's not 1 dead, and that's good, okay by me. So I pile in with my Plague Bearers next here, and kill 3 Saurus, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. So then he piles in with his... I think he piles in with possibly the Dryads and manages to do absolutely nothing. Either way, the thing that happens next is I pile in with my Plague Drones, and I'm able to do pretty damn well. I kill a good 6 or 7 Saurus Warriors, and that's fantastic. So he piles in with his Dryads. I pile in... Yeah, so he piled in with Dryads last and didn't do anything. So I pile in here against his Dryads, and I'm able to hack 4 apart, which is lovely. And then he piles in here with his Saurus. I don't think he's able to kill 3 Plague Bearers, and that's okay. I can live with that. Unfortunately, then he piles in with his Carnosaur Old Blood chap, and he murders 6 with his jaws, and then he murders another 4 or 5. So this Carnosaur just chomps through them. I'm on a really dicey battle shock test at this point. I need to roll a 1 or a 2, or I'm basically popping, which is pretty rubbish. And then he piles in with his skinks, which they basically just run away, which is something they can do. So that's all the combat's over. We go into the battle shock phase, and yeah, like I said, I rolled a 4 or 5. These guys just pop. So it probably wasn't a great idea to charge these in here, but live and learn. I didn't realise that Carnosaur was quite so chompy. So we go into his turn, and this is what happens. He does cast Arcane Bolt, I believe, the Great Unclean One, knocking 2 wounds off. He charges the Carnosaur right at it as well. And the Ripidactyls come swooping down and go for Epidemius while those Saurus Warriors wrap around to try and take out those Plague Drones. That was his plan. Other than that, not a whole lot happens. In the shooting phase, his Salamanders take aim at the Plague Drones and are able to kill one, so they take 2 wounds off, or take 1 or 2 wounds off Plague Drone. That's okay. So got 5 left, and then his skinks over here pop some darts at the beasts and put 2 wounds onto 1. In the charge phase, his Ripidactyls slam into Epidemius over here. Fortunately, he wasn't within range of that frog, so it shouldn't be too bad. Then the Carnosaur slams into the Great Unclean One, and I was a bit nervous about that, but fingers crossed it'll be okay. And the Saurus Warriors here also charge into the Plague Drones, and I was okay with this. So, he goes first with his Carnosaur, and he manages to... so he can use his... I think he uses his claws to pin down an opponent, and then he bites at them, and even though I'm 5 times the size of him, he pins me down and he bites my... he bites my head off. Which was a very interesting thing. So yeah, this Carnosaur goes in. He's got a bunch of abilities. I think he was bathed in starlight or something, and he was he had toxic jaws or poison jaws or something from something or other. Anyway, he was an absolute beast. He comes in, he destroys my Great Unclean without any problem at all. He does take 2 wounds back from the spraying acid stuff, but just completely removes my general, removes my ability in the formation of taking off other stuff. Of putting wounds back. So that was a bit rubbish, but so I wasn't quite sure I was going to deal with this Carnosaur anymore. Anyway, so I go with my Plague Drones next, and without a Herald anywhere really nearby or near enough by, I don't do that well. I only kill 3 Saurus, which isn't true. I think I kill maybe a couple more than that. I think I kill some from the other units. But maybe about 5 Saurus altogether, which isn't that great. Over here is Dryad's attack. They're able to kill. They put a wound onto a Nurgling base, which means nothing, and they're also able to kill 4 Plague Bearers. But yeah, hey ho. Then I attack with Epidemius. Unfortunately, I fluff my rolls a little bit. I'm only able to put a single wound onto Ripidactyl, so they're about to absolutely mug me and shiv me. Oh dear. So they attack, but they're only able to do 6 wounds out of my total of 7. He rolls perfectly well. He was re-rolling hits and wounds. He rolled a boatload of hits. Just kept rolling more and more. But fortunately, I managed to make a boatload of my saves. I have got a 4-up save, and I have got my 5-up Disgustingly Resilient, so I do manage to save a bunch of them. So I didn't quite die, which was fantastic. And there's only 5 counters here. I think there's one hidden behind him that you can't quite see, but he has got 6 wounds on him. So I pile with my guys over here, and I'm able to hack apart another bunch of trees. I do pretty well, get maybe 5 or 6 of them, which is a good start. And then he piles in over here with his Saurus warriors. He's able to put 2 wounds onto a plague drone, and as the other unit piles in, he's able to put the remaining 3 wounds onto that plague drone, killing him. Then my Nurglings pile in, attack, and kill another bunch of Dryads, and in the ensuing Battle Shock phase, they disappear, which is fantastic. So they are now out of the way. And speaking of out of the way, we somehow we go to my turn. Well, the initiative roll-off, which I win. No, I'm lying to you. We go to the initiative roll-off, which he wins. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, so that's not the best time to lose the initiative, but hey-ho, I'll take it. He charges his Carnosaur off towards the Plague Bearers. And I believe he casts Arcane Bolt to Epidemius and takes him off here as well. So Epidemius is out of the way now, which is sad. But hey-ho. He shoots over here with his Skinks and is able to plink off a beast, so puts 4 wounds onto one. And with the other shooting, he goes into the charge phase. The Carnosaur slams into the Plague Bearers. That made me a bit worried. But that's the only charge, and he goes straight into that one first and is able to knock off 5 Plague Bearers, which wasn't as bad as before, but still pretty nasty. I attack with my Plague Drones next. I'm able to kill... he also piled his Salamanders in here, if that's worth anything. Spoilers, it's not. The Plague Drones kill 2 Saurus from each unit. When these guys haven't got their mortal wounds coming from Herald, they kind of do lose their efficiency quite fast. But hey-ho. So he attacks his Saurus back. He's able to kill a Plague Drone, put 2 wounds onto another. So I end up piling in around the Saurus with my Nurglings. I'm able to put 4 more wounds onto him, which is pretty good going. And this is the Plague Bearers and the Nurglings damage as well. Other than that, nothing else happens to the Plague Drones. I've got 3 Plague Drones left. One's got 2 wounds. So yeah, with that all said and done, we go to my turn. And this is what it looks like. My beasts decide they've had enough of those skinks, and they come pelting around towards the Ripidactyls. Hopefully I can get to combat, and if I can go first, I can do a decent amount of damage to them. That would be ideal. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of movement happening, so we go into the combat phase. I go with my Plague Drones first. I think I fail the charge with the beasts because they're rubbish. So I go with my Plague Drones first. I'm able to kill 5 Saurus, which is pretty good going. So they're still grinding them down. There's still 3 of them left. So you never know. Then his Carnosaur attacks my Plague Bearers and chomps through another 4 or 5 of them. There's only 2 of them left, so yeah. He also chomps out one of my Nurgling bases, so yeah, there you go. But after he piles and attacks with all these guys, he rolls out the box, and I roll CAC for my saves. 2 whole Plague Drones come down all together, which is not good. So, we go into his turn. Yeah, it's his turn. And he does some stuff. Not a whole lot of stuff. His Salamanders kind of aren't in that combat anymore, so they kind of turn around and start flaming some stuff. His Ripidactyls go towards the beasts because they want to charge now that I failed. Other than that, not a whole lot happens. Over here, he flames the Nurglings bases with the Salamanders and kills 3 bases, which is rough. They're pretty damn good, those things, when they're firing at something that has no save. So we go straight to the charge phase. His Ripidactyls pile into these beasts, and his Salamanders pile in over here, so these guys are pretty much doomed. Now you guys decide to go with his Carnosaur first, I believe. No, I think he goes with the Salamanders first and totally fluffs his roll, so it doesn't actually do anything, which is great. So I attack back with my Nurglings, and I'm able to actually put another wound onto the Carnosaur, so it's got 8 wounds on it altogether, which I find hilarious. I'm a big fan of that. Then he attacks the Plague Drone. He's only able to put a single wound onto it, which is great. Then he attacks with his Carnosaur, kills that last remaining Plague Bearer and puts 3 wounds onto a Nurgling base. Then he attacks over here with his Ripidactyls and is able to brutalise a beast and put 1 on 1 wound. So they're not dead yet, but they're basically dead. Oh, I think the beasts killed a Ripidactyl, so yay, I got one of them. And over here, all his Saurus warriors are able to bludgeon to death that remaining Plague Drone, so there's that. So with that final play drone going down, that is the end of the game. I call it there. We went to the initial roll-off and he won it. So I handed him the game there because I took a drubbing with two Nurgling bases left fighting a Carnosaur. Didn't hold that much hope there. So there you have it. Really fun game, this one. We were laughing our asses off the entire game just because stupid stuff was happening, like the Carnosaur pinning down the Great Unclean One, or the beasts just constantly failing their charges. It was really funny and really fun game. We weren't playing with any particular tactical depth, in case you couldn't really figure that out by how the game was going, but it was still a lot of fun. I look forward to playing this guy again in the future. So, thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video. All the thumbs up we can get will be great. Leave a comment below if you liked it as well, or follow me on Twitter at MoreWarGames. And I'll see you again soon. Cheers guys, bye.